Okay, mate. I think we are live.
Oh, yeah, baby.
We are live. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the third podcast of the Total Movie Recall show.
Mm-hmm.
I do have my extremely special friend. Not special in that terms, but
I
just
was gonna say,
special to
what,
me.
what the hell? Like, what the hell did I do to deserve a label like that?
All right, mate. I'm not calling you special, okay? I'm just saying you're a special guy, mate. Okay. You were the
Like,
first guy that we did a stream together with when this channel first went up live, and so
yeah, man.
mate, you just mean a lot to me. Everyone,
Oh,
I've got Badger Filler Phipps here with me. How we doing, mate?
yeah. See that he says that I'm special to him, but you almost fucked up my name. You saw that, right, guys? It's
And there'll be
Phipps.
many more to come this stream. Now, how's it going, man?
Yeah, I'm all good, my brother. All good, man. Just just chilling here in the nerd cave. And yep, not too much. Is what did we yeah, we're 13th of May, holy moly. Yeah, so we're pretty much halfway through 2023 now, aren't we?
Yes. Oh my God, we got
Yeah.
comments coming in straight away. Sorry, Badger. I was just like not expecting that there. But yeah, mate. Last time I spoke to you, I don't think you were in these new digs. I don't think.
Not live. No, we've had some catch ups when I've been here, but not live. No, we haven't done any videos together since being here. No, yeah, it's been a bit bonkers for me moving into this place. I'm not anywhere particularly fancy. Just in a fucking studio flat. It's not anything special. But it serves its purpose. I have mad room here for all of my projects. I can get everything done, my voice acting, my YouTube stuff, my writing. I've got all the space I need for it, and it's all comfortable. I've got all my nerdy statues and shit set up. I've got my comfort, right, so to speak.
I can see all the nerd paraphernalia in the background there.
Yeah, you bet your sweet ass. So yeah, it's been quite cool. I've gotten all that sorted out, and yeah, just recently started my job as well at HMB, which has been banging. Dream come true there.
Oh, cool.
Um, yeah, so that's been nice. Yeah, I briefly spoke to you about that recently. Started the new job, liking it, working with physical media for the first time in my life, and it's exciting. It's exciting times, man. So for me, it's been nothing but happy nerdy time. So I'm loving it.
Mate, I think HMV is just like that ultimate dream nerdy job for us physical media collectors.
Yeah, for me, it's either there or a game. Definitely for me, definitely.
Yeah, we had a game in Darlington, but it recently got shut down, which was a bit disappointing. We had a shop here called Chips, which was a game shop. That was awesome. It was brilliant.
I love it,
That
man.
sold all the like old McFarlane figures as well. So like you'd go in, and when I was little, I'd like look in like the glass cabinets and see all them Crow figures and stuff. And yeah, bit
I
off me.
love that, man.
My mum wasn't prepared to be spending like 35 quid, 40 quid on a Crow semi statue. Do you know what I mean? Which definitely should be coming out of the packet. But yeah, man.
Yeah, man. I dig it.
But yeah, as far as just to let everyone know where this channel has been, I have been busy moving as well. My big plan was to make my big YouTube breakthrough in March, but it just didn't happen. And it like my thought process was March was like, right, that month is looking pretty tasty for movies. There's quite a bit coming out in March, so that'd be the ideal time to kick things off on the YouTube channel.
Yeah.
But things got in the way. I was moving. My partner has been visiting family, so I had 3 dogs to look after, which has been somewhat stressful, if I don't say so myself. But yeah, man, and I've also just found out I'm going to be a granddad. Now you may be sat there thinking, hang on a minute, this guy. Well, I don't know. You might think I look like a granddad, but I'm not granddad age, man. And I don't. Yeah. So basically,
Tell him, man. There is suspense. Tell him. Tell him.
yeah. No, I'm just trying to build it up, man. Do you know what I mean? Like, just build up the tension.
Go on, man.
Right. I've got an announcement to make.
He got one of his dogs pregnant.
Fuck. Yeah, so basically, one of my dogs is going to be having a litter. Recently got a dog, didn't get him spayed, like the fucking moron I am, and now I'm having sweet puppies. But,
I told you, Ellis, no love without a glove, man.
Yeah, mate, I know. It's just rookie mistakes, isn't it, really? But
oh, shit.
Taco didn't know what he was doing, man. He's only a year old. What's that, 7 in dog years? He doesn't know what he's doing, mate. He doesn't know what he's doing.
God bless him.
But I'm excited, but also absolutely fucking terrified, mate, as you can imagine. But it'll be fine. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
Yeah, bless you, man. Just give it time, dude. It'll be all good.
Yeah, man. But what about you? Any other projects or anything that you been developing recently?
Yeah, so I'm still writing my first screenplay, and it is going well. It's just that sadly, due to multiple moves that I've had to do, I spent like a good 4 or 5 months not working on it. So that's why it's taken me so long. Normally, I wouldn't get distracted normally, but I did like 2 moves in like a short period of time, so I just didn't have the time to work on it. So yeah, there was that, and working on my YouTube stuff as well, because some of the reviews I've done on YouTube the past few months, some of them have been quite long, quite dedicated. Do you know what I mean? They haven't just been easy to make. So this has been difficult. It's just been difficult to get writing. So I finally managed to set some time aside to get it done. And plowing through it. I'm past the halfway point now. One thing that writers do know, I feel like I feel like a smug prick saying that, like, oh, I'm a writer, but it's true.
I'm a writer.
Plenty of writers do know this. When you get to the halfway point, the midpoint is always the hardest part to write. It is, because you just wonder if you're just wasting time waiting for the end to come. And it can be difficult, but thankfully I've managed to bypass that. I planned it ahead before writing it. I had it already structured in my head. So thankfully, yeah, the outline that I'm following, I've avoided it. So I'm doing all right for that. So I'm past the halfway point pretty much, and creeping into the 3rd act, and I'm getting there, smashing it in. Still on the first draft as well. So that's been the biggest one that's been consuming my time. And don't have any upcoming videos coming up on YouTube yet. I've got some planned out, but I haven't started them yet. And I have been doing some of my voice work every now and again, but there's nothing major coming out anytime soon to my knowledge. But I will find out soon. And yeah, that's about it, man.
So we're just steady sailing at the moment.
Trying to find my feet at HMV as well. And that's about it, really, man.
Yeah, cool, man. Speaking of writing, like, there's a big writers' strike on at the moment, isn't there, in America? Currently, right now, yeah, there's like a lot of productions getting shut down at the moment.
Tell you what, dude, I've got I do need to charge in my laptop, so let me just quickly turn off my camera. Please, by all means, continue. I just got to quickly plug it in. I'll be here in less than a minute. All right, dude, continue.
Yeah, no worries. To be fair, Worth a Watch is just sent in a comment, so I'll try and answer this one. How's it going, Paul? If you're there. How's it going on this lovely evening, chaps? You know that Super Mario Bros. Movie has got to be one of the biggest surprises of the year, and Nintendo fans shown up, hit that $1 billion. Now, Badger, you have seen the Super Mario Bros. Movie?
Oh, yes, I did.
Yeah, man. Got you
Yes,
got a review up as well, haven't you, on your YouTube channel?
Yeah, that's right. Might I add, I worked bloody hard on that thing. But yeah, it's going well. It went well, dude. It got some views.
It was mate. I say it was really good edited video.
Oh, thank you, man.
But yeah, I'm ashamed to say I have not seen the Super Mario Bros. Movie yet. It's one that's going to be getting saved, and I'll be watching that with my partner because she is a fan of Nintendo. We've discussed this before. I'm not a big gamer. I dabble in and out of my PS4 Pro now and then, but nothing too major. But I will say on this Super Mario Bros. Movie, I don't know if I'm really that shocked that it's made a billion. I think it's got up to that billion mark now. I don't know if you're still watching, Paul, but I wonder if you had any idea. Do you reckon that was definitely going to make a billion? Or what about you, Badger? Did you always think that was going to make a billion?
Well, no, because as popular as Mario is, and it is kind of obvious that people wanted to see it, and the trailers were great because it showed it looking just like the games and shit, so it did look appealing. At the end of the day, the vast majority of movies and adaptations based on games blow. So just because people were excited for it doesn't mean it was going to automatically be successful. A great example is the original Final Fantasy movie, Spirits Within. I happen to be a fan of that movie. I really do like it, but it is nothing like the video games. Nothing. I don't think it adapted a single thing from the games. And despite the fact that it had a massive budget back when it was made, and it was this crazy thing that people were hyped for, it still flopped horrendously. And that's what happens when when audiences get disappointed. Word of mouth spreads and people avoid it. That could have easily happened here. So it might seem obvious, but to me, it just wasn't obvious it was going to be this successful. But I am glad it is. I'm glad it is.
Yeah, man.
That's right. That's right.
Also, I think animated movies in general don't really make billions. No, like, and to be fair, I think this, as far as I'm aware, I think this is now like entered, like, forget about the video game sort of aspect of it, just animation. It's entered like a top 5 earning movie. Do you know what I mean? So it's definitely appealed to a mass audience. And I wouldn't be surprised if Nintendo now go full steam ahead, especially on something like, I don't know, Zelda or whatever. I'm not sure, but I'm
hoping so. I know they're going to be doing a sequel to this. Obviously, they're going to be doing a Luigi specific film, I think, based on Luigi's Mansion. Hopefully, we'll be getting a Donkey Kong film soon, which I'm looking forward to as well. Because Donkey Kong really, in my opinion, didn't need to be in this film. He was wasted. But hopefully we'll get more development in his own film. And hopefully one day they will collaborate and we'll get a nice Super Smash Brothers movie. That would be kick-ass. I would love that. That would be so good.
So that's like incorporating like loads of different characters, isn't it? Super Smash. Yeah, I'd be interested in that as someone who's not that madly in Nintendo. I do know that one because my missus does play that one.
Yeah, that one's astonishing, man. That's my favorite fighting game in the world. That game's amazing. Yeah, thankfully the film was really good as well. In a way, what we got, so it does deserve all the praise. One thing that I've got a lot of stake in is the Zelda movie. I am looking forward to it. Like, I hope it happens, but just for my specific taste, considering that Zelda Ocarina of Time is my favorite game ever. Because it's the best game I've ever played. I do want that one to be the one they adapt, but who knows what they'll do. But hopefully they'll not try and cram it all into one small film. That shit has to be long, like Lord of the Rings style, man. You have to do it. So we'll see.
One of my youngest memories is playing Nintendo 64. I don't know why we had it. We just had it at my dad's house. But we only had a couple of games on it. One of it was obviously GoldenEye. I think that was just strapped to every Nintendo 64 back in the day.
Should have been. It should have been.
Amazing, yeah, man. Game. And a Zelda game, but I can't tell you which Zelda game it was. But I know it was on Nintendo 64. And all I can say is it scared the shit out of me, man. Back in the day, it really did. Like, you'd go out like that, out of rims and stuff, and like these things would pop out the ground, and it used to fuck me up, man. It used to fuck me up.
Was that the skeletons?
Yes.
That's Ocarina of Time.
Yeah, I didn't like it. I was scared.
Neither. I was a little kid, dude. It scared me too. It's still the best game I've ever played, though. I adore it. And I'll be furious if they fuck that up. They need to make that shit long, man. Long.
Yeah, they've just recently released a new Zelda game. I think that came out Friday, didn't it?
Something like that, yeah.
Tears of the Rain, I think it's called. I might be making that up. I think it's called Tears of the Rain.
I don't know.
Tears of the Rain, I bet that's a song. Like, mate, I'll be fucking made that up. I know I have.
I've gone off of the game, so I haven't either. I can't be bothered with this new one. But I do believe people will adore it, so go for it. Be cool stuff, man.
Yeah, man. So I've convened us both here today to talk about 2023. Because we're nearly halfway through the year. So I thought, fuck it, why not? There's going to be a few of these ones coming up eventually. So let's jump on it now. Just in general, Badger, what what's your sort of like overall thoughts? Not of any specific films, but just for film in general so far. Personally, I think it's been pretty decent.
Mhm. Well, for me, one thing that I'm impressed with is that last year, 2022, what I take away from it is that it was filled to the brim with originality. It just was. There was so many weird, quirky movies that we got that were just so strange, non-conventional, abstract as fuck. And I do think we actually do have some of that continuing over into 2023. The one that stood out the most to me, I mean, it's a 2022 film, I guess, but we've only just got it recently over in England a few months back. So it's 2023 for us. It was On the Line with Mel Gibson. It was the most peculiar thing I've seen in a while, man. It was
Yeah,
this real. Go on.
No, sorry. It was one of them that I have missed this year, but I did see you speak about it. It's like, I don't know, fan of Mel Gibson, so I would watch it. Obviously not like as a human being, but as an actor, I do love Mel Gibson. But
Yeah.
carry on, Badger. Sorry, mate.
Well, it was just this weird film. It began as like a really typical, like strange little thriller, which I liked. It was fun. It was decent. It was like a whodunit, murders going on around everyone and stuff. It seemed pretty odd, and it was okay. The only thing that stood out the most was Mel Gibson. That was it. But then the third act came, the final ending came, and I've never seen it done before. I literally haven't. It probably has been done before, but I've never seen this ending done before myself. I couldn't believe it. And I was like, yeah, this is going to be a major hit or miss. Like, some people are going to hate this ending. Some people are going to despise it. And I do think that's why it had some low ratings. But me, I dug it, and I had to review it instantly as soon as I saw it. So yeah, I do think this weird originality has been continuing out there. And surprisingly as well, some mainstream films, or at least, I mean, mainstream when it comes to budget and stuff, some of them have been impressing me. The best film I've seen so far this year is The Whale with Brendan Fraser. That's a 2023 film for us lot. We didn't get it until a couple months ago. And I thought it was beautiful, man. I cried my eyes out when I saw it in the cinema. I'm still flattered to fuck by the responses I've got from my video review. So I did a video review, and I was talking very open and honestly about my own experiences with morbid obesity and stuff, and talking about how I understood bits and bobs from it and stuff, and how it did inspire me in many ways. And the views came flooding in on that one. I was really confused by it because I don't usually get on Instagram. I get a decent following. On YouTube, I haven't got that yet. And so when I got all those views and all those comments, I thought it was lovely, and I'm very flattered by it. So yeah, stuff like that has been going down. Also, Babylon, which again, that's a film that came out for us English people in 2023. Most people got it out last year, but yeah, that one I thought was awesome, and it's not even my cup of tea at all, and I bloody loved it. And in fact, I think you do need to check that film out soon, dude. I think you dig it.
Oh, mate, 100%. Like, it's so, because the thing is with Babylon, like, I know that it'd be a film that both me and my partner would watch and enjoy, and there's not many of them films that come by very often, Badger. So you've got to wait. Do you know what I mean? As I've just got to wait for Georgia to jump on the train with that one. But I have a feeling I love that film. I don't want to, no preconceived like concept image of it or anything like that. But from what you've said, from what the likes of, I think it was actually Paul that mentioned it's a bit like Wolf of Wall Street, but set bit further back. Do you know what I mean? It's got sort of similar chaotic vibe. And Wolf of Wall Street is legit one of my favorite films of the last 20 years. So definitely going to check it out at some point. Definitely.
To me, it reminded me of Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. It felt so Tarantino-esque, and the fact that it, like, some of the characters had similar arcs, had to say similar atmosphere. The dialogue was Tarantino-esque. It was very similar. Plus, Brad Pitt and Margot Robbie was in it, so I think it's like kind of no coincidence. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Yeah, Margot Robbie, cast her in everything and anything, apparently. But for me, this year has been a pretty decent year in film. I've tried to make a conscious effort this year to go see a lot more things, and I'm doing okay. Mate, it's just going to cinema on your own, isn't it? It's sometimes it can be a bit like, oh my God, what the hell? What am I going to walk into? basically.
It's all I've done this year, so I know what you mean.
And am I going to walk out alive? Do you know what I mean? Well, I think that's just me. I think that's just me.
That's definitely you. No, yeah, that's you.
But for an early, I'm not gonna. I tell you what, I'll leave sort of my favorite film that I've seen so far later on. But just for a little bite of what I liked this year, maybe it's at the start of the year, Knock at the Cabin. I thought was brilliant. I thought that was pretty amazing, to be honest. I felt,
Oh wow.
well, not exactly amazing, but just for an M. Night film, it just felt like it's the sort of vibe I want from an M. Night film.
So I'm moving this out of the way. Go on.
If that makes any sort of sense. It just felt inherently him, even though it's based off a novel, a different book. I really enjoyed it, man. And I'm just going to say it now. Dave Bautista. Holy shit, man.
Shit, me, man. He was amazing in it. He's amazing in it, man. I don't know how he managed to break out of the box because, his size, his scary deep voice, his tattoos. You'd imagine that like he wouldn't be able to do all that much, but shit, me, man, this guy's been versatile, man. I haven't seen everything he's done. I still haven't seen Dune yet, so I don't know what he's like in that, and I haven't seen Army of the Dead yet. But I've pretty much seen everything else he's done, pretty much, and yeah, damn man, he's just been awesome in plenty of what I've seen. I thought he was astonishing in that little role that he had in Blade Runner 2049. I thought he was just remarkable in that.
Yeah,
but this one I think is definitely his best performance. And for me, as an avid M. Night Shyamalan fan, it was just badass to see Shyamalan still making another solid flick. I didn't love it or anything, but damn, I was a fan of it. And it just might be one of his, if it might be his best looking film ever. The cinematography in it is just astonishing.
So good.
The cameras, man, the cameras it's just incredible. It needs a 4K treatment, so I will be getting that one on 4K Blu-ray. It just looks amazing.
It was just really methodical the way the camera like chose to like follow either the axe or certain. It's in the trailer, you can see it, but it just really. Would you say inventive? I'm sure it's been done before, but it looked pretty cool, man. I've got to admit.
It did, man. Especially when Rupert Grint was getting the piss beaten out of him and the cameras behind his head flopping around whenever his head got punched. I was like, oh, that's great.
Yeah, 100%. Worth a watch. Is just saying, I still need to watch Knock at the Cabin, but Bautista caught my eye in Blade Runner 2049. Yeah, man, he was awesome. And you know what I think, right? You mentioned Army of the Dead earlier on, Badger. So I think ironically, right, if you would to put Dave Bautista into a film, you would put him in this heavy action film. Do you know what I mean? That would like sort of where your brain would first go if you hadn't seen all these other films. But he's like consciously chose to like pick these, like, even if he's not going to get a lot of screen time like Dune, he's picking these roles really carefully, man. And he's doing a really fantastic job. And I think, it just, not to pit them off against each other, but I'm going to, because they're both wrestlers. And The Rock, like, don't know, he's like landed himself in a bit of a shit show with like a couple of the movies that he's chosen. I think he's really put himself in a small corner of the acting sphere. And I think he really needs to break out of it. Like, just do a really small film in the future, I think, as far as Dwayne Johnson goes. Something like, what was that film? It's about 10 years ago. Was it Faster, maybe?
He was in that.
Faster? Yeah, he was pretty cool in that. It was a bit more subdued performance in that. I really like him in that film. It's quite an oldie now, though. One of his first films, Walking Tall. That was a great film. I did like that.
No, I think I know. Yeah.
Not a great film, but very mid film. But it was funny. It had Johnny Knoxville in.
Yeah, I haven't seen it, but I know about it. It looks like a load of laughs, doesn't it?
Unfortunately, the sort of twist of the movie has been spoiled for me, but out of context. I think regardless, I think you'll still have a good time watching it, Paul, if I'm being honest, even if you do sort of know the ins and outs of it.
Was there a twist?
Not really. I wouldn't say. I know the ending from the novel, he's changed the ending, hasn't he? It's not the same, but yeah, overall, Knock at the Cabin. And you know what else about Knock at the Cabin was good? I think it was about 90 minutes long as well, wasn't it? It's like really refreshing to just get in and get out. Like, and that sounds awful, but we are living in a climate of like 3-hour movies, man. Like, I don't mind it, but holy shit, man, it can be. But you just need to go to the toilet, man. You're just guaranteed to miss something. Like, I'm a nightmare with my bladder, mate. I don't know whether it's the Stella, where it is the Stella, but like,
it is. Yeah, I can tell already.
Yeah, mate. I'm going through so much meditation right now while we're live on camera. I just be like, right, bladder control, USA.
I guess it's not good that I've got the ocean right there behind me on my big TV.
No, I didn't. You know what? I couldn't tell what it was, but now you've said that, I can't stop thinking about water, mate. For fuck's sake, God damn it! But
Do you want me to turn it off? I'll have no light in here. But yeah,
no, mate, it's beautiful. The aesthetics are great. Right, but Badger, give us another film, buddy. What? Anything else that's tickled your fancy?
Well, one I haven't seen yet, but I want to is John Wick 4. I haven't seen it yet. Don't know anything about it. I don't know much about it, and I'm not the biggest fan of John Wick in a way, like you, because you like him more and more as the films go on, don't you? Me, I don't even know. I've only seen them all once. Haven't felt the need to rush to see them again. All I know is they were damn fun. That was it. I didn't think they were anything too special. I just thought the stunts and all that were great, but they did have some solid moments and all that. Good films. But this one looks like it's done something major, and I do feel the need to rush to see it, so I will the first chance I get. When it comes out on Blu-ray, I'll be like bombing on that, and that'll be cool. So there's that one. That's definitely tickled my fancy so far. Yeah, what about you, man?
I saw Cocaine Bear. That was a bit of a weird one. Didn't know exactly how I felt about the whole thing.
Mad overrated, but yeah, in my opinion.
Really fucking wasn't it? It's just like, I don't know, very just mid-tier movie for me.
Trailer was better than the film.
Yeah, you know what? You get everything that you need from that movie out of the trailer, to be fair. But yeah, it was fine. It was fine. Another one that I didn't mind. I didn't think it was amazing. Scream 6. So basically, if you don't know, but basically, I'm recent to the Scream franchise, but I do like it though. I do like it. I think many moons ago, when this channel first started, I'm saying many moons ago, this channel's got like 5 videos, but it's been on here for like a year and a half now. I'm very lazy, guys, if you can't tell. But
very busy. There's a difference.
Busy, yes. But yeah, one of our first videos, I know we were counting down horror films, I think it was. Yep. And you mentioned Scream, and I think I was a bit brash. I was like, yeah, it's not for me. You know what it is, right? When something's been like so like in the conscious and in like the universe that you've seen it so many times, and like you think you've got the films all figured out, and you're just like, yeah, it doesn't seem like there's any mystery to these films. Like, I don't feel compelled to watch them because they're so in the zeitgeist, if you're with me. But I fucking enjoyed them. I really enjoyed them. If you know me, you know I like a bit of camp in films. I love it. Batman forever and ever. But
and you've got Batman and Robin, the poster right behind you. So yeah, we know you like camp.
It's Batman Forever, actually, that one. I wouldn't have Batman and Robin up because it's not that good. But...
Sorry, yeah, you're right. I just completely, as soon as I saw the green, I thought I see it's Jim Carrey now. I thought it was going to be the plant woman, whatever her freaking name is. Poison Ivy.
I was going to let that go, but I couldn't sit back.
But, you should have Batman and Robin up there, by the way. That film's banging. It's funny as fuck. I don't care what you say.
Mate, I'm a believer. But I can also believe you if they say it's absolutely wank, and I'd be like, "Yep, it is." But
I'm a believer. Wow, Jesus. Judge Dredd shit. That's great.
Don't mention Judge Dredd. Don't get me started. Hopefully, I don't know. I don't know if Gareth sorted this out yet or not, but I've kindly asked him can we please do Judge Dredd on Video Tasties, please.
Yeah, I'll be alright. I'll have to watch that. I would join around with that. That's funny as fuck.
Yeah, man. Let's do it. Group watch. But yeah, Scream. It was this new Scream. Decent. I I'm not the first one to say it, but I do agree that I don't think the New York environment was used to its full potential. But I don't like, like on the budget that they probably have, it was probably the most that they were ever gonna be allowed to get away with in New York, if you're with me.
Okay.
But like I don't mind the different environment, but I think just because I went on like a bit of a mad binge with them, I'm so used to where the films take place that you just sort of get used to that. But yeah, not too bad. Not too bad.
I haven't seen this new one yet, and I don't know if I will anytime soon. I don't know. I just don't see why I should. As I said, I'm an avid fan of the first three, even though the quality does dip with each film. I do really. The first one I adore, second one I love, third one I think is just passable. But I'm a fan of all three. Fourth one though, I thought was mad overrated. I really didn't like it, and the fifth one I was like, no, I really didn't like it, so I couldn't be bothered with this new one. But we'll see.
That's fair, man. That's fair.
Yeah,
I think I took something away from Scream 5 that I don't know. I enjoyed that one. I'm not gonna lie. But
that might be my least favorite one, so I think I should avoid this new one at all costs.
Yeah, mate. If you know that you're not going to enjoy it, then don't put yourself through the pain.
Speaking of don't put yourself through the pain, there's a film I watched recently. I despised it, but I didn't want to review it because I was like, I don't even want to waste any more energy reviewing something bad. I already did it with Jeepers Creepers Reborn and Texas Chainsaw Massacre that came out last year. I don't want to do it anymore. That fucking new Winnie the Pooh movie, dude. Oh shit, Blood and Honey.
So I haven't graced my eyes with the presence of the new Winnie the Pooh movie.
Blood and Honey.
Is it a masterpiece?
Oh, absolutely, yeah, man. It really is. It's just no, it's not. I've sold it so many times at HMB, and every time they've asked me if I've seen it, and I'm like, yeah, but I don't know if I should tell you how bad it is because I'm not supposed to put you off buying things. That's not my job. It's things. Go on.
That shit won't be in the sale either, man. That'll be in the new releases, won't it? That's just like more or less come out. Yes, so they're paying top dollar for that shit, man.
Yeah, absolutely they are. It's atrocious.
I might love it. I don't know. I haven't seen it, but I'll take your word for it, Badger. I'll take your word.
Yeah, look, I won't deny it's effective. I won't deny that. Seeing like a friendly character being reduced to complete insanity, it's not always campy. It actually does take itself quite seriously, and I won't deny there are elements of it that are disturbing. There are. When you're seeing Christopher Robin there begging his friends to come back to normal and be sane again, it does have an effect on me. It's still crap though.
The fact that it dares to have a serious tone in my eyes is a bit of a red flag to begin with. It should be silly and campy. It's Winnie the Pooh.
It has moments of camp. Obviously, the gore is absolutely dumb as hell. It's over the top. You got eyeballs literally flying everywhere and stuff. It's just nuts. It has like gratuitous nudity, like why this woman randomly has to get stripped before getting killed makes no sense to me. It's quite bad. I don't like it at all. I thought it was freaking terrible. If I was to rate it out of 10, I don't know, probably be a 2 or a 3 out of 10, somewhere around there. I don't know. I thought it was awful. But because the reason why this got made is because the Disney copyright got lifted a while back. So these newcomers, these filmmakers were just able to get the rights instantly, and they decided to make a film based on it. So because the film was made for like £100,000 and it made like multiple like millions of quid, it became successful technically, depending on how you view success. And they've now got a sequel in the works, which I will not be watching. I guess they'll be incorporating Tigger in that one, I think, and the rabbit, I think. So there's that. I do know they're going to be doing it based on Bambi as well. They'll be doing a Bambi film, a horror Bambi.
Oh my god!
And they'll be doing one based on a character I watched last night. Actually, I watched it on Blu-ray last night. They'll be doing it on Peter Pan, which I can imagine because Peter Pan was always supposed to be a nutcase, I guess. I watched the 1950s animation film last night, the Disney one, which I was raised with. I've always enjoyed that one. Watched it again last night, and I was like, yeah, I don't know if I want to watch this to get fucked up. I don't know. I don't know.
Look, Peter Pan's already fucked up, man. So that can go down a really nasty route if it wants to. But I don't know if I'm there for it. But yeah, what? No Tigger in this Winnie the Pooh movie? What the hell's going on?
Yeah, in this Winnie the Pooh film, because the plot is that when Christopher Robin left them alone, he had to go off to school and all that and had to grow up. But when he left them alone, they were starving to death. Winnie the Pooh and all of the friends, they were starving to death. So they snapped, and in desperation, they killed Eeyore and had to eat him. And so there's no Eeyore in this film. They had to eat him. And that's what sent them insane. And they hated human beings after that. And they've just gone on a killing rampage. But so Eeyore not being in this makes sense. He's dead. But there's no owl. I think there's an owl, isn't there? Yeah, there's no owl. There's no rabbit. Is there an owl? I can't remember. It's been a long time.
Is it not Piglet? Piglet in there?
Piglet's in there.
Oh, right.
Although I think it's stupid. It just looks like a warthog mask. It's terrible. But yeah, the other characters are, I can't see. I don't know where they are. There's no Tigger. There's no rabbit. But wasn't there an owl in Winnie the Pooh? I actually cannot remember. I haven't seen it. Yeah, it's been a long time. But yeah, either way, the whole thing was a train wreck. I'm assuming the next one's going to just be the same shit. But what they're going to do with Bambi, I have no idea. How do you turn Bambi into a horror story?
I don't know.
Bambi's gone through enough, man. Leave him alone.
Leave Bambi the hell alone, man. I swear down, like my little dog looks a bit like Bambi, so I can't think about Bambi getting hurt. Not again.
Cute, man.
But yeah, to me, like that Winnie the Pooh thing, right? It's like, I think it's like trying to follow this like gnarly, cheap budget like formula that Terrifier did. Do you know what I mean? Where we're just going to go full on with like the gore and like sort of low budget spectacle of it all. And, you know, I think Terrifier just had that sort of thing where it's like introducing this new character in Art the Clown, where it's like, you know, that's interesting. Winnie the Pooh, you know, like a bloke dressed up in a big rubber Winnie the Pooh costume. Don't know how far that's going to go, man. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But
exactly. I need to see Terrifier as well. I do need to get on that at some point soon. I do indeed.
It's fine. Look, decent. It's like really clever, like the way the effects are done and stuff like that. But it's fucking gnarly, mate. Very gnarly. But if we're going, I'll jump off another negative. If Winnie the Pooh wasn't that great for you, I watched 65. Starring Adam Driver that came out this year. Now,
I haven't seen it yet, but I was watching a review of it made by a Scottish geek guy yesterday. Actually, I was watching that.
All right, cool. Yeah,
I like that guy, man. I've only just like recently started talking to him online, and he's just started a YouTube channel. He's fucking doing good out there, man.
Yeah, he's got good content, man. I like his background and stuff. He's got nice hair as well. He's got nice hair. I just say that. I'm jealous. But, yeah, 65. This is like one of them ones that I thought was going to be, this is going to be one of them one where like I didn't really know much about it. And it's going to be like that secret banger of the year that you're going to come out of like, remember 65? That was so cool. Nah, this film's not good, man. This film's really not good. And like, I was so ready to like go into it and be like, look, I like Adam Driver. Like the Jurassic Park films have been doing my head in recently, right? But this looks a bit of me. Like, I'm not going to lie. Like, space guns, spaceships, dinosaurs, Adam Driver, let's go. No. This is not a good film. This is a fucking boring film. Not much happens. It's not helped by the fact that he has this like girl who he's sort of like traveling with. And because like the dialogue's like really sparse because she doesn't really understand him yet, it just doesn't make for good solid entertainment. And I'm not joking when I say like any sort of like big action that happens in it, or any action at all, to be fair, comes in at the hour mark. Prior to that, he's like, all he's like fighting are these like little tiny dinosaurs that had like, you know, you just kick them away. Just kick them. Like,
okay.
I'm simplifying it, but it wasn't great. It wasn't great. I didn't love it. We've got Gareth here, Video Tasties evening. How's it going, man?
Hey, buddy.
Yeah, mate, really disappointed by 65. I think what it was is I had it pretty hyped up in my own head. But when the reviews started coming out and stuff for it, like I was like, yeah, this isn't sounding great, so I'll wait for this to come on the stream. And when I finally sat down and watched it, I was like, yeah. But
I dig it.
yeah, man. Any we'll go back up. We'll take it to the nice level. Any more highlights from the
Last film I saw the cinema was Evil Dead Rise, and I didn't love it or anything. But yeah, I thought it was really damn solid. It delivered plenty of things I wanted to see as an Evil Dead fan. And there are plenty. What I'm happy about is that there are now plenty of Evil Dead entries, and in my opinion, we still haven't had a bad one. I definitely do think that a lot of them are flawed. Some of them go in directions I didn't want. I mean, as much as I do love Army of Darkness, I'm not okay with the fact that this eventually turned into a full-blown comedy. It's just a bit weird to me. That being said, I still think it's the most consistent horror franchise of all time, in my opinion, because everything I've seen of it has been good. I love the show. The remake was absolutely banging, in my opinion. And this one, which I'm assuming is another remake, I think that's what it is. Yeah, solid as hell. That main villain in it, the main woman, she was brilliant.
awesome.
Yeah, she was awesome. And the third act, I just thought was just all sorts of brilliant. Like, holy shit, it was amazing. Yeah, it's just bad fun, dude. It was. The biggest flaw for me was the intro and outro. There is this like separate story thing that goes on, and I was like, oh shit, where's this gonna go? And it went absolutely nowhere. It was completely wasted that energy, in my opinion. It did tease me, that did bother me, but outside of that, the film was badass. It's a really solid little flick, and I really did enjoy it, man. I did.
I really appreciated the intro and the outro. I liked how it swung back at the end. But,
oh wow, okay, no, not me. I hated it. I really didn't like
no.
it. But the third act was still brilliant, though. I've never seen that done before in an Evil Dead film. That was awesome. The action scene, the last action scene. Holy shit!
Yeah, man. The elevator scene was just pretty horrific with the blood. That was pretty cool. But yeah, the performance from the main actress playing the like main Deadite, like awesome, unbelievable, great.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I really enjoyed Evil Dead Rises. You're definitely right. It's one of the most consistent franchises, I think, going. I was, Evil Dead 2, I think I would put like still at the top of the pile. I just think that has just got the right balance of what Evil Dead inherently is. I know it maybe didn't start off that way with the original. They were probably going for a more focused horror aspect of it. But they really found like their identity in that second one. And they sort of maybe went a bit too far with Army of Darkness, but I do like it. I do enjoy that film. And the Evil Dead remake is just like a fucking, it's like an endurance test, that film at some points.
Oh yeah. Especially the remake. Holy shit.
Yeah. That's what the remake, man. It's like the amount of blood at the end of that film is just fucking crazy, but love it. Absolutely love it. Yeah, Evil Dead Rise. Quality little number. Not amazing, but you know what? The other thing I appreciated where they went with the kids in that film. I was like, yeah, you've got some cojones. You've got some balls.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I'll move on to another one that I enjoyed mostly. Is Creed 3.
Same.
Yeah,
I like it.
I had a few issues with it, mainly in the last end.
Same.
Oh, Paul's just saying it. I can't wait to watch Evil Dead Rise again from home. Yeah, man. Looking forward
4K Blu-ray is gonna look sexy.
Yeah, it will do, man. I love the whole environment change as well. I thought it was good getting out the cabin for a little bit.
Yeah,
but what was that? Creed 3. So I recently watched the Rocky franchise in full this year, and I've got to say it is probably one of the best movie experiences I've ever had in my life.
Good to hear.
Emotional roller coaster. doesn't even describe it, mate. Like, honestly, like, plenty of times my my partner would come in. She's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Ah, I'm not. You go away. You go away." Mate, I swear down, mate. Rocky franchise is just something else. Like, it really is. And when you get to like Rocky Balboa, like, gee, it's like a fucking slap in the face, mate. But good though. Good slap.
Yeah, man, that's my favorite one. That absolutely is. I prefer that to the original, and that's saying something. Rocky Balboa is astonishing, in my opinion. It just might be my favorite performance by Sly. It's just insanely good, and it's so emotional. It's one of those films where it's so remarkably brilliant that I'm pissed off that loads of the deleted scenes didn't make it in. There are so many awesome deleted scenes which just show Rocky living his life, and it's brilliant. Even scenes with Paulie breaking down, crying, wondering what's next for him. It's beautiful, and they should have incorporated it. They need a director's cut or something, so that's brilliant. And then we got the Creed franchise. Do you like them?
So going through the Rocky franchise, you obviously get a Balboa, then we hit Creed, don't we? Yeah. Creed, first Creed film, awesome. I think the only thing that sort of lets Creed down for me is the opponent that he's facing. But I don't think it's really about that. It's more about him and his journey. You get that opponent fix in Creed 2. So
yes, you do. Yes,
yeah,
do.
mate.
That's great. Amazing concept.
Creed 2 is pretty fucking sick, mate. Like, I think I've got to rewatch Creed 2 again. Like, mate, I'm going to rewatch them all because they've recently just come out in 4K, so I'll be getting all of them. I think I'll even grace them with the steel book.
I don't think 5 and 6 are available on 4K yet. I don't think.
What's all that about? Like, shit crack.
Yeah, no, stupid.
So I've got Andy Hogg, the lads. How's it going,
hey,
mate?
Buddy. Mr. EG.
But yeah, as far as Creed 3 goes, bit of a weird one, not gonna lie. So I enjoyed it for the most part, but I don't know if I think the first half is so much more solid than the second half. Especially like the first 20-25 minutes of the film. I think that restaurant scene with Jonathan Majors and Michael B. Jordan probably is the best scene in the whole film, to be honest. And it's just because of Jonathan Majors acting in that particular scene.
He was great in it.
Really good, just really natural. But like, you felt like, yeah, this guy's been in prison. Do you know what I mean? Like, he was sort of disconnected, and I really like that.
Yeah, he was.
But then there's like this weird change in the middle, and you know, like, as soon as he gets his chance at like the fight and stuff like that, and he gets a bit behind him, Jonathan Major's character. Don't know. It's just like he feels like almost a different character from when we first saw him to begin with. You know, like he goes from like that restaurant scene, and he almost seems like humble in a way, but then you see him on a beach with like his posse and stuff like that, and it's just, I don't know. It's a bit.
I was acting. You know, the character was acting. That was the point of that. Manipulating. But no, I see what you mean though. My biggest problem with it is that the character Damien, he was so interesting. I could have seen the whole film from his perspective, and we didn't get it. It's just it's the fact that he went from like coming out of prison to all this crazy fame, and it's like, dude, how are you not suffering from sensory overload? Like, I just think there should have been more scenes with him, much more scenes. He should have had more development. Plus, amazing acting.
I think you're dead on there. Like, we should have maybe followed him for the majority of the story. I feel like, you know, like Creed's story was well wrapped up in number 2, but there's always room for more. Paul saying, I was all in on Creed 3, but I felt the third act was so rushed. His friend's turn felt very fast.
Yeah, I dig it.
Yeah, 100%, man.
Still solid though, and Michael B. Jordan, good director, man. Yeah, dude, it's cool. But Michael B. Jordan, by the way, I just want to throw this out there. If anyone's seen the movie Fruitvale Station, you'll know what I'm talking about. He was amazing in that. Was like pretty much his breakout role. And the director of Fruitvale Station was the one who helmed Creed, if I remember correctly. Sly wasn't even interested in doing Creed until he saw Fruitvale Station. He saw where the actor and director came from. He's like, okay, I'll get on board with this. I'll do it. But it is a powerful film based on a horrible true story. Very unpleasant, but yeah, check it out. Definitely check it out.
Yeah, it's Ryan Coogler. I think the director's called. They've got like a pretty good relationship. They've done a few films now. But yeah, man. We've got Andy. How's it going, mate? Back in character. It's a nice surprise. Kids free with a takeaway watching you guys on the big screen. Oh.
That's funny as fuck. It's just like Andy coming back with his mask. You know what I mean? Like, I'm here to say today it's me, Mr. Electric Creek. The kids are gone, and I'm going to be watching Takeaway, watching you guys on the big screen. Yes. And he takes off.
Mate,
all right, guys, how you doing?
Imagine us on the big screen. Bloody hell, that looks horrific.
I don't want to see me on the big screen. I'll be even bigger. That's terrifying, man.
The fever dream, mate. Fever dream. But yeah, Creed 3, okay. I think it's the worst one out of the Creed trilogy, but still decent. And I really didn't like the end fight. I thought the end fight was really not cool at all.
Oh, I disagree with that. I thought there were good points.
I think the whole, like, you know, when it goes into, like, you're in that final fight, and like in the final act of that fight, it goes into this weird slow-mo part, and it just totally took the pace and like urgency out of that last round out for me. Do you know what I mean? Okay. But yeah, it still solid. Score wasn't that great either, but it should have definitely amped up the more Rocky themes. I just love the Rocky theme, man. I love the Rocky theme. I can't lie. It makes me all emotional and sad, and I cry when I hear it. Ah! Right, mate. Have you got another film for it?
What the heck was that?
I don't know, mate. I'm halfway through my can of Stella. I'm getting fruity. It's Saturday night, mate.
What do you mean fruity? Well, that's it. I'm going. Get lost, man. I'm not feeling this. You got.
Let go. Yeah. Any more highlights for the year, Badger? There must be.
Well, I just wanted to know real quick. What is this purple poster that's behind my big bald head? The background that you've put up. You've put up the background above me.
Yeah, Guardians of the Galaxy. I was going to get to that one in a little bit. I was
okay. I wanted to
saving it.
I haven't seen it. I wanted to know if it was something I've seen, but it isn't. Okay, well, Infinity Pool is something I wanted to talk about. Believe it or not, I turned it off halfway through.
Oh my god, what are you doing?
Well, because I didn't. Listen, I'm being serious. Because that's the David Cronenberg's song, right?
Yes.
Well, yeah. Sadly, he makes films that I'm just not into.
Brandon Cronenberg.
I'm not a fan of. I've only seen 2 films of his so far. With this one, well, I kind of saw it, and Possessor.
Was awesome.
I have infinite amounts of respect, no pun, but I have infinite amounts of respect for what he does. He's keeping practical effects alive. It's got cool effects. They're original films. I can't compare them to anything else. I respect them. I just don't like them. They bored the bejesus out of me. And Infinity Pool, I was like, what the hell? Why am I watching this guy getting jerked off when he's just trying to have a piss? I don't like it. I was like, this is just awful. I can't stand it. So I turned it off halfway through, and I was like, yeah, but, I am curious to see what happens at the end. So I was like, I'm going to do something I never do. And I just Wikipedia'd it, which is something I never do. I don't do that. I can't remember last time I did that. Probably years and years ago. I don't do that. But I was like, I am intrigued, but I don't want to watch this film anymore. I don't like it. So I was like, holy shit, that is quite unique. And I did say it to myself, Mr. Total Movie Recall is going to like this. And I was right.
Yeah, I fucking loved it. Yeah, man, I fucking loved it. But this is a weird one. This is a weird film.
Is it?
So yeah, you've got that jacking off scene that comes out of nowhere, and you get all the man juice on the floor. It's like, oh my god, what the hell just happened? I've just witnessed it though. Then
he got all this man juice on the floor. Really, I never thought I'd ever hear you say that in your lovely Scouse accent. I never.
I'm not Scouse. I'm from Newcastle.
You're Scouse, dude. You sound northern as fuck. You're Scouse as far as I'm concerned. You're not fooling me.
Man juice. Yeah, mate. So that obviously threw me off a little bit. I won't lie.
Just then.
Yeah, and something like really bizarre at the end happens as well. I don't know if it said it in your Wikipedia or not, but Mia Goth is basically breastfeeding Skarsgård. It's just fucked up, mate. Just fucked up. But I do like a bit of fucked up now and then. Can't lie. So what it is for me with this one, right? It's not just because of like the grotesque nature of the film. It reminds me. I think it falls into this. We're in like this weird phase of movies at the moment where like there's this new genre popping up, and it's about people's class and stuff like that. So Triangle of Sadness.
You beat me to it. Yeah, Triangle of Sadness. Yeah, man.
Great film, and to a certain extent, The Menu as well.
Mm-hmm,
and now we have Infinity Pool. So like this is definitely like the extreme version of what them movies were basically trying to say about class. But I find it really interesting because he has this vague technical aspect to it where just like Possessor, there's a technology that is not really explained to you in the film. Like you've sort of got to, just go with it a little bit, which would put a lot of people off if there's no sort of explanation for what this technology is. But yeah, I really digged it, man. I really digged it. I know it's definitely not for the faint-hearted. And like, if you were watching it, if you were like, oh yeah, like, oh, come sit down and watch this with me, love. Like, it's going to be like a really nice film. Like, you'll probably get slapped. Do you know what I mean? Halfway through, like, what are you making me watch? So I get it. I get it.
But might I add, by the way, when I was watching it, I didn't know it was made by David Cronenberg's son. I didn't know. And then afterwards, when I gave up on it and I looked up who did it, I was like, oh, of course it was him. It felt so much like Possessor. It's just insane.
It's all like, put it this way, right? It's almost got like a Black Mirror feeling to me. I don't know if you've watched any Black Mirror before.
No, one day I will, though. I'm looking forward to it. I am.
It's awesome. It's awesome. Me and my girlfriend, we like rewatch it every couple of years. But yeah, it gave me that sort of vibe because of the technology aspect.
Technological.
I want to say that. I want to say it, but I know if I say it, I'm going to say a million other things. Technological. I got it there.
There we go.
But yeah, Infinity Pool, that's a thumbs up from me. Thumbs down from Badger.
I don't even know if it's worth a thumb. You know what it says? It actually says something, doesn't it? That I couldn't watch that film, but I did watch Winnie the fucking Pooh, Blood and Honey. That's saying something. Even I'm actually pissed off about that, by the way, because I do think Infinity Pool's better, from what I could tell. I don't know.
And Andy brings up a really good point here. Do you think this kind of class genre, as you put it, is born out of the cost of living recession we're going through? I think there's definitely an aspect of that, 100%.
It's a good question.
But you've got to think about who's actually making these films. And a lot of people that are making these films are already in that higher class of wealth anyway. Producers and stuff that are putting the money down for these films. So it's a good point. Yeah. Like maybe Brandon Cronenberg, because, like, yeah, he's the son of,
one of the best directors ever.
Exactly. But like, he's only made 2 films. So maybe he's had a bit more of a lifetime where he's had a bit more of a real take on life and seen.
I swear he's made 3, hasn't he? I swear he's made 3.
Possibly, Badger. I just know I've seen just the 2.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know any of the others, but I've just heard about it. Yeah, I've just heard about it, and now I feel the need to look this up. It's bothering me. Yeah, when it comes to this whole class genre thing, though, that is intriguing because I have seen it done before in plenty of other films. Some of them aren't even subtle in the slightest. For example, District 9, not even close to being subtle. That is as obvious as a smack in the face with the frying pan. But it still did it. Effectively, by the way. I'm not criticizing that film. That's one of my favorite movies in the world. And roll on the sequel. But I have seen it done many times before, so I do wonder how much of this cost of living recession thing is going on. Got no idea.
It's a good point, though. Definitely.
It is a good point. It's a good question. It's a good question. I'm pissed off, actually, that I don't have a solid answer for such a good question. Do you want to go away now, Mr. EG? Been pissing me off, taking your mask on and off and all that, confusing me, and now you're making me feel stupid. Off you go, mate. Off you go. Get rid of it. Ellis, get rid of him.
Shadow ban him. So my next film I want to talk about is one that I watched quite recently. Just a disclaimer, guys. I think my dogs might be coming back in, so you're going to hear a lot of barking, but it'll be fine. We'll get through it. Yeah. So basically, I watched an amazing film last night. I thought on Amazon Prime called Air, starring Ben Affleck and Matt Damon. It's actually directed by Ben Affleck as well.
Yeah, well, of course it is. He directs everything nowadays, doesn't he? Good director, though. I not too juiced to see that film, but it just looks like it's not something I want to see. But when I see it, it's gonna be like, oh, this is badass.
So I'm 100% with you there in that. You know, I wasn't really excited to watch this film. I wasn't like, Friday night, I'm going home, I'm watching Air. I know nix about basketball. I know absolutely nix about it. I'm not.
Yeah.
As you can probably tell, I'm not a sportsman. Not a sportsmanship. I don't do any sports. I'm pretty lazy. But films about products is also a thing that's becoming a thing recently. Like you've got Tetris. I think there's a film coming out about BlackBerry phones. Whatever. Yeah, I think so. I might be mistaken there, but I think there's a phone coming out about the BlackBerry of all things. You would have thought there was one about the iPhone. I'm not fucking in it. New Black Mirror, but really enjoyed what I've seen so far. Yeah, it's good, man. It's good. It gets fucked up. It's got a lot to say about our country on a social and technological side. Like the entire history of you. Where was I going? What was I talking about? I had it up.
I don't know. I got lost then. He took.
Right. Michael B. Right. So Air is about basically Nike signing Michael B. Jordan right at the start of his career.
Not Michael B. Jordan, just Michael Jordan. You mean
Michael Jordan? What an asshole!
I do. I know. I do the same thing. I do the same thing, dude. It's fine. It's fine. I do it all the time.
I was talking to my brother earlier on, and I was telling him about this film, and I was like, in my head, I was like consciously thinking, it's not Michael B. Jordan, it's just Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan. And where it counts, I've just said Michael B. Jordan. Okay. Anyway, good film, mate. Really good film. Nothing too spectacular happens in it. It's just like some solid drama and acting going on. It's quite light-hearted, I would say. Definitely, it's got like just a good message behind it and stuff. The actors, it was great. Seeing Chris Tucker. Haven't seen Chris Tucker in a long time in a movie from Rush Hour fame. But who else was in it? I think it wasn't Marlon Wayans, so it might have been Marlon Wayans. Actually, he popped up in a scene.
Who actually plays as Michael Jordan? Is Michael Jordan even in it?
So basically, what they do with Michael Jordan is they don't really have him speak, and you never really see his face. You just see the back of him, like at all times.
Oh shit!
The main dialogue comes from his mother and his father, and his mother's played by Viola Davis, which is like, you never get a bad performance by her. But it was just really good, and you just think like Matt Damon and Ben Affleck as a duo when it comes to movies, they're just like, peanut butter and bread. They just work so well. And Ben Affleck's a quality director. I don't think he's really put a foot wrong. I haven't seen Live by Night. I'm not sure if that one's any good or not. But I really enjoyed this one, mate. Basically, so it centers around a deal. The whole film centers around a deal, and he's got an option. He's got three options, basically, Michael Jordan. He can either go with Adidas, who's his main first choice, that back in the 80s, they were really popular with everyone. So they were the cool shoe in the 1980s because of like Run DMC and stuff like that, the connection there. Then you've got a deal with Converse, and then the third deal was with Nike. So it's about all these deals being presented to him on the table and which one's he going to pick. And basically, Matt Damon is the scout for the Nike basketball team. But yeah, he's like, I see something in Michael Jordan, and he's going to be a star. He's going to make the sport money, not just our company. He's going to be like, he's going to be more than basketball, basically. Do you know what I mean?
Mhm.
And it's just a really intriguing story that I found compelled watching it. I started at 3:00 this morning and I finished it. So that says something, definitely.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I would honestly, like, you know, for a film that I wasn't like quote unquote looking forward to, it's probably one of the best films I've seen this year.
Good
100%.
man. No, good to hear, dude. Good to hear. Speaking of films that are like based around like something pre-existing and blah blah blah, what you're talking about, items and stuff like that. Have you heard about this new Gran Turismo movie?
Yes, I saw the trailer. It's directed by Neil Blomkamp.
Yeah, I haven't seen the trailer. I just saw the advert for it. No, sorry, the like poster for it when I was on the bus recently. I was like, they're gonna do a Gran Turismo movie? That is the stupidest thing. Like, how could you make a movie based on that? The game had no story. It's just a load of racing. And then I found out, oh, it's because it's based on a true story of a guy who was inspired by the games to become a driver. I was like, not
It
bad.
works.
Okay.
It really
Yeah,
works. Like that
it works.
concept. Because
It
I'm totally
does.
with you. Like, what the hell are they going to do for like this boring driving game? Like, let's be fair. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't say boring driving game, but like, how do you adapt something like that to film? But they've found the breakthrough, and I think, yeah, man. I watched the trailer, and I'm not gonna lie, I'll watch anything Neil Blomkamp does going forward. I really will. I don't think his last feature was that good. Demonic.
Haven't
But
seen that one. Yeah.
it was fine. It was fine. Just, you know, like he's another guy who like loves like technology and stuff like that and implementing it into his films. And I think he's got a good take on it all. But yeah, Andy's just saying here, what GT is directed by Neil Blomkamp. Missed that one. Yeah, man. I think they're trying to keep it like they're not trying to shout about it because I think he's had a few misses. Like I think we all appreciate Chappie, don't we? Like there's bits of Chappie that we love.
I really liked it. I liked it a lot.
Yeah, I think Andy does as well. He's a bit of a fan, but
I didn't adore it. I didn't love it or anything, but goddamn, I thought it began brilliant and then it did decline. And
yeah,
the RoboCop ripoff and all that just got on my nerves after a while. But overall, I really did like it. I did. I thought it was like the gangster robot. I'd never seen that done before. I thought it was interesting. I like it a lot. I did like that film.
If Neil Blomkamp came out and said like, "Oh yeah, by the way, District 9, Elysium, and Chappie, they're all part of the same universe and they were all set like in similar time periods," I would totally believe it. Because he looked like a lot of like, you know, like the like how Chappie looks, like his like exoskeleton sort of thing. Looks a lot like what the robots do in Elysium and stuff, you know, like the robot police, basically, in that film. I always thought they were somehow connected, them three films, but obviously not.
What's the actor's name? Chato Copley? Isn't that how you say his name?
Yeah, I love that guy. Yeah, mate, you'll be able to say it better than what I can.
Yeah, well, I think I've got his name wrong, but whatever. I do love him. I absolutely loved him in District 9, but in Chappie, I thought he was astonishing. I thought he was just absolutely amazing in that film. In Chappie, he was just brilliant. The motion capture performance, his voice was perfect for a robot. The character, he just brought the character through so well with just his voice and all that. Just his voice told so many stories, like so much naivety, so much childlike nature and all that. I just loved it. He was, I'm not kidding. I was blown off. I was blown the fuck away by his performance as Chappie. Just him. I was like, this is just amazing. I love it. How that film bombed to the point where Neil Blomkamp genuinely lost clout from that film. That film, he actually lost clout. It's actually, he said it himself, Chappie is possibly the main reason why he didn't get to make that Alien film, which I'm so fucked off he didn't get to do.
100%. That's the reason. I think Fox were just like, ooh, we don't know. And I think because of Ridley Scott's clout within that studio, he managed to overrule any decisions there.
Neil Blomkamp has never made a film as bad as Ridley Scott's worst films. And he hasn't. I mean, Hannibal, I think, is atrocious.
Sharpley Copto is his name, lads. Chappie is short circuit himself. Yeah. One of Andy's recent videos, he bless him. He got Sharp. I can't even say it now. Sharpley Copto.
I'm
Sharpley
confused.
Copley.
I'm going to look this up because I've seen so many people say Sharpley, Cote or something like that.
Right, we're going to settle this right now.
Yeah, let's settle it right now. See what you do? See what you do, EG? I told you should go away, man, but you stuck around like the little
Causing chaos.
disease that you are. And then you just decided to take a great big poo over this podcast. So I thank you sincerely for that, my friend. Cheeky git, man. He acts like he's supporting us, but he's just a stealth pooer. That's what he is. A stealth pooer. He's pooing in the corner and we don't know he's doing it.
Sharpley Copley or Copley. Short circuit South Africa. Right, I've had a few beers. I'll stop spamming the chat now. Great stream. No problem, Andy. Keep them coming, man. But
by all means, keep spamming. I was joking. I like having someone else here. That's why we're doing this live. If we didn't want this, we wouldn't be doing it live, would we?
Exactly. So yeah, Badger, have you got any more for me, mate? Any more highlights of the show?
There is one more quick one that I wanted to talk about because I only saw it like a few months back. So for me, it's a 2023 film, but it did come out last year. If I saw it in time, I would have added it to my top 10 list, which I did on my top 10 best films of the year video. I would have added it somewhere on the list. It's the movie Aftersun.
All right, yeah.
Have you seen this?
No, I haven't, but I'm very aware of this.
Yeah, it was peculiar. It was very difficult. Like watching it for me was like a very strange experience. Paul Tams, I already saw that he saw the film before I did, and he really didn't like it. He didn't get the hype. He was like, "This is mad slow and all that." He's got respect for it,
yeah,
but he really didn't like it. And I started watching the film. I was like, "Yeah, I see why." This is I love slow-paced films. I love slow-paced films. That's my jam. I love the slow pace with Nope. You know what I mean? I love the slow pace with that 3 Billboards film. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
if films are slow paced, I just love it. It gives the film room to breathe and like get swept up in it. This was slow to the point where, again, it's like Infinity Pool. For me, it was so slow. It was just doing my nut in. Something about this wasn't working for me. With Aftersun, it was just about a father and daughter going on holiday in Turkey, but there is a subtle disconnect between them. There is a subtle disconnect. Something's going on. And obviously, the dad is suffering from some type of mental health problem, some major depression. And it also occasionally cuts to the future when the girl is grown up, reflecting on that holiday she had with her dad and watching some footage she has of him, like on camcorder, I think, if I remember correctly, and looking up some pictures of them together and just trying to work out what was going through his mind back then and stuff. And it's obviously that's quite a unique little plot, but it's so slow paced. It's like hardly anything seems to be coming of it. You're just watching two people talking, acting, which I usually love, but it was too slow for me. I was like, oh God, this is doing my head in. I don't know if I like this. So I ended up stopping it. And I was like, yeah, I'm all good. I don't want to watch this anymore. I regret renting this on Amazon. I was like, damn, I don't like this. So I gave up on it, went to sleep. The next night, I was like, yeah, I think I should finish that. So what did I do? Not only did I put it on again, I started it from the beginning again. I decided to rewatch it all because I was like, yeah, I'm missing something here. Something's going on. Somehow I was intrigued to finish it. And I was like, yeah, this is awfully slow. It is. But there's something that's drawing me in. I need to finish this. I did. I didn't fully understand what I had just watched completely. So I did some research on it. Like, have I missed bits and bobs? I found out what it was trying to say. It's not as crazy as something like Enemy or Donnie Darko. It's nothing that crazy. But you still do have to research little bits to understand it. Not as much as those films, but you still do. And I realized that what I watched was actually fucking incredible. I just didn't know at the time. It was just really hard to see on first glance. It's very slow. You have to be patient as fuck with it. But there is just something powerful about it. The comments on mental illness could be triggering for some.
Okay.
But I loved it. I thought it was beautiful and very painful. Achingly beautiful is what I would call it.
Yeah. See, I'm not going to lie. You're not selling it, but just for me personally, on a personal level, like, because my whole thing with like slow films, right, is that there has to be a balance of something ridiculous or aggressive or horrifying, or like take Mandy, for instance.
Oh, yeah.
Very slow moving movie, but when
God,
that
yeah.
shit goes, it goes, and it leaves a lasting impression on me. Aftersun is like more on like a drama side, like from like an outsider's point of view, looking in at this film who hasn't seen it. Like that's the sort of area that I get, and I do really struggle to sit down and be like, right, I'm watching this. Do you know what I mean?
You
Like,
will, yeah. You might have an issue. I don't know, because yes. Spoiler alert for Aftersun: there is no chainsaw fight.
oh wow,
There's no Nicolas Cage chainsaw fight.
yeah. No cult leader wanking himself off in front of 10 people. Yeah, none of that.
Dude, you got a thing for wanking today, man. There's something going on with you, man. I think I should have given you an extra 10 minutes before we launched this thing, man. I think you needed some alone time, man, to get something off your chest. Don't make that face. Don't make that face when I say that. You creepy git.
Moving on. So yeah, I'll just fuck's sake, mate. You've got me going, man. You got me going. No more man juices. No more talking about any man juices. Right. I've got to go for it, mate. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3.
I need to watch this.
So
I haven't seen Ant-Man either. I haven't seen any of the Marvel films this year.
Yeah, you don't need to. Ant-Man is not cool. So yeah, obviously going into this after coming from Ant-Man, which I really wasn't a fan of. And I know basically my last video I did on YouTube was all about quote unquote Marvel fatigue, which I do think is a thing. Not necessarily to me, but I do think it is in the realm of possibility. Like this whole Disney Plus thing, I think has been detrimental to Marvel overall. And it just hasn't been worth it because I don't think the shows have been that good, if I'm being honest. A lot of Disney Plus just isn't working for me at the moment. Like I didn't even bother with Mandalorian season 3. Just like I watched the first 2 episodes and I was like, you know what? Nah, like the writing in Andor has just spoiled me. And now that I know that they've got this writing in them, I'm not watching this shit.
Okay, fair. I haven't seen any of it, so I wouldn't know.
I know that's pretty aggressive there. I'm sorry. Like
hyperbole. That's all.
Yeah.
That's all good.
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Unreal. Really good. Really enjoyed it. I'm not going to go out here and say, oh, MCU's back. We're golden, because we're not. Like it's not. It was a good film, but to me, this has been directed by like an auteur. Do you know what I mean? Like James Gunn is an auteur. Like, and I think with a lot of the response that the film's had, which is positive, overall positive.
Yeah, man.
I would say Marvel and Disney need to have a look at the drawing board a little bit and think, you know, why is this trilogy of films being so successful about a group of characters that absolutely nobody knows? Because we're not talking B-list characters. We're not even talking C-list characters. We're talking D-list characters. Like no one knew who these guys were in 2014 when Guardians was coming out. And it just made a real impact on the whole MCU, and it, you know, it opened up the space element and stuff like that. I wasn't a massive fan of Volume 2. I know there's some like real big fans of that film out there. I watched it the other night just because I was on a Guardians high, and like I've got a lot more respect for it now than what I did.
It's amazing how many haters of Guardians 2 there are that I've served at HMB.
Oh, really?
I'm not kidding. Quite a number of times people have been buying Marvel films, and they've all spoken about Guardians of the Galaxy, and they've all said like, oh yeah, third one's way better than 2. It was awful. One guy bought a Star-Lord mask. It was like 140 quid or something like that. And he bought it from me, this big thing. And as I was giving it to him, he goes, yeah, I'm really happy with this new one because this second one was so bad. I was like, damn. Okay. Damn.
I think the problem with Volume 2, right, is that it's a way smaller story when you actually like step back and look at it. Like
I haven't seen it, so I don't know. I can't tell you. I haven't seen it yet.
I don't think I personally think like for me with Volume 2, a lot of the things that I'm not massive about is like the whole film is like really CGI heavy. And I know you're like, yeah, but Ellis, like it's set in space, mate. What do you expect? Yeah, but so is this new one, and they are like my big problem with Marvel recently has been like this overuse of just dodgy CGI, and like Ant-Man Quantumania was like a big one for that. And a big thing is the volume that they're all obsessed with using. And like, you know, initially when you saw it in The Mandalorian season 1, it really worked. Like, you know, you're like, oh, this is quite fresh and new. But then you saw it again and you saw it again, and it pops up in the Batman, directed by Matt Reeves. Then, you know, there's an overuse of it, and then you really catch on to it. Like a lot of like Obi-Wan, like a lot of volume in that. It's just like, oh my God, too much. And I think the problem is when you use it in TV shows and use it in movies, there's a weird dilution of the movies that starts happening. But Volume 3 does not have that problem. Yes, there will be volume shots in there, but they're hidden really well, in my opinion. I really enjoyed it. I thought it was a pretty epic movie. And it, you know, like for characters that a lot of people love, it's quite a hard, you know, it's hard to finish off a story and do it well. And I think James Gunn has done an amazing job. I really enjoyed it. It's got some really heartbreaking stuff in it. I know there'll be some scenes in it that might bother you, Badger, because of the animal side of it. But
yeah, that's already a spoiler, you dickhead. I can already work out what you're on about. You fucked up. I'm leaving, you know.
Right. But yeah, apart from like some intense scenes, like not even that, like I tell you what, there's something that happens towards the end and I was shocked by it. I was like, whoa, I didn't think we'd go here. It's not the F-bomb. It's nothing like that. It's sort of, I'll leave it. Something happens at the end and you see something that I didn't think we were going to see in a Marvel film. And it was just pretty gnarly. But yeah, really enjoyed Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. It's not Marvel being totally back for me, but what it does do is get me extremely excited for Superman Legacy, because James Gunn is obviously going to be directing that with the aim of shooting that film in January, I think he was saying in a recent interview.
Isn't that guy Henry Cavill? Who is he? Cavill? What's his name? The actor who recently played what's his name?
Henry Cavill.
Oh, so I have got the name right. Okay, Henry Cavill. Isn't he? Is he not going to be in this new one though?
No. He's not part of the DC universe moving forward. I'm just going to say this right now, right?
Idiots.
I'm going to say this right now. I just want to put it out there publicly somewhere. I've got a feeling I know, not necessarily who James Gunn is going to cast as his new Superman, but I do have a feeling who he's going to cast as his new Batman.
Who?
So recently there was obviously Guardians press tour going on and the red carpet, and Bradley Cooper was interviewed. Said like, you know, the interview was like, would you ever go over to DC or anything like that? Is there any potential roles for you over there? And Bradley Cooper's response was, I just go where James Gunn wants me to go. So it's like, okay. Then James Gunn later on gets interviewed and is asked the same question about Bradley Cooper, about potentially going over to DC in the flesh, because obviously he plays Rocket, but he only voices Rocket. And basically James Gunn, with a massive grin on his face, just says, watch this space. Bradley Cooper could easily get away as a 40-year-old Batman in my eyes, and Bruce Wayne all day long, because I don't think we're going to have a 30-year-old Batman, because this new iteration of Batman is going to have Robin, his son. So he's got to be in that sort of like 40 area. Do you know what I mean? I think he's got to be seasoned, but I'm putting it out there right now. I reckon Bradley Cooper could be this new Batman for James Gunn. Just putting it out there. But I wanted to get out there.
Yeah, fair. It shocks me, all these decisions that these guys make sometimes. I can't believe they just got rid of him so soon. It's just terrible. It's so annoying. I mean, I'm not fussed because I'm not a Superman fan. I'm not following any of this. I don't care about any of this DC stuff, what's going on, but that still is just stupid to me. That and the new Harry Potter show and stuff. It's like, I just cannot believe sometimes that these people are making these crazy ass decisions.
Oh yeah, we were speaking last night, and we mentioned Harry Potter franchise briefly. What you've got some issues with the this new show that's being announced?
Yeah, I don't like it at all. I almost did a video of it. I just couldn't be bothered to waste energy on it. It would just be this overly negative thing. But no, look, I'm just not okay with them so soon doing a Harry Potter remake, like deleting these films and then doing their own thing. I get it, freedom of choice and bloody blah, but to me, it's a big ass money play. There is one good side to it. With each season, they can incorporate many episodes, so that means they can translate much more for the book than the films could, because the films did eviscerate the source material in many ways. They just cut so much out. I do know this. I haven't read past the third Harry Potter book, but I do know it regardless that I think Order of the Phoenix was the one that was butchered the most. Like they just took so much out, and with Half-Blood Prince as well. But so sure, it looks like they can fix it like this. They can fix it. But number one, if they want to fix it, they can just incorporate all the deleted scenes from the movies and add that back. That would help. And two, just because you got seasons based on it doesn't change the fact that they're still going to cut loads out. They will. It's not going to completely fix it. And besides, I don't think they're making it for this reason. I don't think they're making it to improve the source material being translated. I think they're doing it for a money play. That's it. It's money. It's a quick thing. It's money. And the idea, because think about how long they'll be doing this for. That you'll have little kids being the new Harry Potter, the new Hermione, the new Ron, and they'll be working harder than Daniel Radcliffe and all that did, because they'll be constantly doing episode after episode after episode for like the next 10 to 15 years. And not only are they going to be working like mad hard and they're going to get burnt out quick, I imagine, poor kids, but on top of this, for the next like 10, 15 years, I'm going to be saying I'm a Harry Potter fan. I mean, the films, not the show. I haven't seen the show. I don't know. It just feels so way too soon. Like it's been over 40 years since the original Star Wars came out. Imagine them retconning it and doing a show based on Luke Skywalker, and it's deleting the original film.
Yeah.
45 years later, that feels so stupid and way too soon. Like, and it shouldn't be done. The exact same goes for the show, except it's only 20 years. To me, I think it's ridiculous, and I'm not happy with it. I'm not happy what they're doing. And eventually, when we do get a sequel to the Harry Potter films, when we eventually do get a sequel to those films, and Daniel Radcliffe is in his like 40s and 50s, and they're going back an older Harry Potter and shit, it would just feel weird. They're doing a sequel and they're doing it to the movies, not the show that exists. It just feels so weird.
Now, my theory on that is that they did ask Daniel Radcliffe and oh my god, who plays Ron Weasley and
Rupert Grint?
Yeah, Rupert Grint and Emily Watson. I reckon they did ask them, like, look, what about a new film, right? Like you've got to think like the established core base are like very obviously attached to Daniel Radcliffe as the person, as Harry Potter. Like I think that's what's gonna bring the monies in. Do you know what I mean? Not a TV show, but I will play devil's advocate here. I think most things set in school and like that young environment do translate well to the small screen. With the Harry Potter films, you know, you do a whole year within that film. Do you know what I mean? And you'd come back the next couple of years and you'd do another whole year in like 2 hours. So it's like, it's a lot to get into a 2 hour gap. Do you know what I mean? Like you'd probably chew some of the fat out. But I think personally, a series might be pretty good. And for me, you know, it's Warner Brothers and it'll be now what they call Max, which was HBO Max. You know, it's being produced by them, not Disney Plus. Like you're not going to be getting like a 25-minute Harry Potter episode. Do you know what I mean? Like you're going to be getting probably something meaty and chewy. Do you know what I mean? Like it's a broad target audience. Like that Hogwarts Legacies is sold really, really fucking well. There's obviously demand for it. I can't blame Warner Brothers personally. Like, you know, like there was the CEO, David Zaslav or whatever he's called. He was like, you know, we've got these franchises here. DC needs to be the main priority. Harry Potter needs to be a priority. And Lord of the Rings needs to be a priority. These are all IPs that we own. And they just sat doing nothing. And we've put DC into the ground pretty much in the last 10 years. And this is coming from someone who likes all them films pretty much. Like my favorite DC film, not DCEU film, is Batman v Superman. I get called about it all the time. They're like, how can you like that film? But I just fucking do. I don't care. But yeah, my last movie to talk about is my favorite film of the year. and that is John Wick 4. I know you haven't seen it yet, Badger, but this film.
Just rehab, dude. Rehab.
Yeah, man, I need it. It's going to get so much worse when these puppies come. But yeah, John Wick 4. Whoa. So basically, I'm a little bit like you, Badger. Like, yeah, I enjoy them as they go along. Like, I really like Parabellum. I know it's people don't like that one. They think it's too much, but the more insane these films get and the more unrealistic they get, the more I dig them, the more I enjoy them. Now, obviously, like, I am a fan of my superhero films, but I'm also sick of like the natural formula of them a little bit as well. John Wick is turned into a superhero film, like this sort of weird, like amalgamation of all these films mixed with like kung fu, bullet fu, all that stuff. And you know, like I thought we'd maybe seen it all with these three films. I wasn't majorly excited for John Wick 4, but they've just sort of went from here to here somehow, and like I didn't think it was physically possible. Like the fight choreography in the film is amazing, and I know, like, yeah, they get shot 55 times and like nothing happens, but they're wearing bulletproof suits, man. So yeah, they're not going to get shot. They might get shot 50 times, but you know, it's fine. It's fine. Get over it.
Yeah, man.
But John Wick 4 is just like all sorts of awesome. Like I doubt it's going to stay at my number one for the rest of the year. I think there's a couple of things coming out that might just knock it off that list. But yeah, it's really intense. Like the action in this film, really intense, really high rate, but like the camera does not move. And I've got to give a shout out to Scott Adkins. When's this bloke going to get like a big, decent role, man? Like he needs a good, decent, chewy leading role in Hollywood, I think. He
was awesome in Avengement. Oh, sorry, dude. My apologies.
Yeah. Avengement, awesome little movie. Awesome little movie. It's just a bit of fun, but like I just think Scott Adkins has got it, man. And when you eventually see this film and see who he's playing, like I don't know, he reminded me of like a Batman villain of sorts, but like I don't know, it was just great,
No, yeah, I do. He looked a bit like Penguin, didn't he, from the recent Batman films? So
yeah, he did. But imagine if like the Penguin could do like spin kicks and like backflips and stuff.
Yeah, man. Groovy. I will check it out soon, dude. I will do. I look forward to it. I do.
Yeah, awesome. My only other question I was going to have is there anything on the horizon that you're looking forward to? So for the rest of the year, because we're obviously only halfway through this year, but there's a few more things to come out this year. Anything grabbing your fancy?
There are, and I cannot remember them off the top of my head. I've got them written down actually because they're on my review list. Give me a quick second. Let me have a look at this dead quick because that's actually annoying me. Just give me a quick second.
I'll come straight out and I'll come out and give you one of mine while you're looking. It is obviously Dune Part 2. Trailer came out recently. I loved it. It was just sort of everything that the natural progression of Dune 1's going to be. Obviously, it's like it was only the first half of the first book in that film, so there's obviously a lot more to say, more to see. But Austin Butler, they went with the bald look. I would have actually made him have hair. I would have had him the only one who did have hair out of that clan. I would have made him look more like Sting out of the David Lynch version, man. But looks pretty awesome. I'm looking forward to that one.
Yeah. Sisu is the film, dude.
Woo! That looks amazing.
Yeah, it does look amazing. That's the main one I'm looking forward to. I do want to check that one out. And Master Gardener is a film coming out on Netflix soon, which does look good. Yes, that's just pretty much what I'm looking forward to myself, dude. That's what I'm after.
Yeah, I wish I could get more hyped for this Indiana Jones film. I'm not gonna lie, but
yeah, same. I'm not too fussed, but hey ho, we'll see what happens. Oh yeah, I do want to throw this out there quick as well. I have been particularly impressed with Last of Us. I did love that show big time. As an avid fan of the games, I was very impressed. For the most part, I did love it, and look forward to the next season because I did love the game Last of Us 2 as well. As flawed as it wasn't as good as the first one, and there were issues with logic in my personal opinion. I still did love that game, and I look forward to the next 2 seasons because the next 2 seasons are based on the second game. So I can't wait. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, I can see them really dragging out certain events from that second game, really dragging them out, if you see what I mean. But yeah, they've got like the hottest superstar on the planet right now, Pedro Pascal. Like everyone wants him. So yeah, but I wasn't huge on that show. I wasn't huge on it. I'm not gonna lie. Aspects of it were great, but yeah, I don't know. It was. I'm not gonna lie. It was a little bit too slow for me. I'm not going to lie. Like that whole show, the drama aspect of it was, like I did feel it, but I don't think I really ever got fully on board with Bella Ramsey as Ellie. If I'm being honest.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
But it's just one of them. Still a good show. Just I didn't love it the way the majority seemed to love it.
Yeah, man,
and obviously, my most anticipated film of the year is The Flash, coming out very soon. I'm very excited. Comes out 16th of June, same day that the new Queens of Stone Age album comes out. So that's going to be a very, very good day for me. Get Daddy Keaton back in the mix. Come on. Oh yeah, and Jesus Christ, that Beetlejuice 2 is like ramping up pretty. Like I know that's not till next year, but they've got Keaton for it. They've got Monica Bellucci, Jenna Ortega. So good. Oh, William Dafoe. William Dafoe. Yeah.
Willem Dafoe. Willem Dafoe.
Willem
Dafoe. Yeah, Willem Dafoe.
But looking forward. Oppenheimer. What are you saying about that one? Is that for you? No.
Don't give a damn. Don't give a damn.
Don't give a damn.
I mean, if it's good, cool. But I'm not going to be in a rush to see it anytime soon. I'm not a fan of Nolan, really, just because I don't connect with his films often. He's done some stuff I love. Absolutely, I absolutely adore Memento, and I absolutely adore Inception. That's about it.
Interstellar's the one that's like really grown on me over the years. I think.
Fair enough.
It's like one of my favorite ones from his.
I remember liking it, but
yeah, that's originally I only liked it, but I think the more I revisit it, and I think I was a little bit sick of Matthew McConaughey. There was like, the McConaissance, and he was getting put in everything after his fucking amazing performance in True Detective. I don't blame the whole of Hollywood. One of the best first seasons of television ever made. But
he was amazing in Dallas Buyers Club, the Buyers Club, however you say it. Yeah. It's amazing in that.
Him and Jared Leto was good in that film.
Oh, Christ. God, yeah. Amazing. Great film.
Yeah, he can be amazing, Jared Leto, when he wants to be. Just don't put him in any fucking Suicide Squad films. Take that out.
I didn't even think he was that bad. I just thought it wasn't written very well. But I don't think his performance was that bad.
Yeah, he didn't get a good try at that one, I don't think. I would have been... They had all the foundations right of that Joker. I'm not going to lie, minus the tattoos, but like the Ace Chemicals and like that whole origin, they knew sort of what they were doing there. They just never got
I liked it.
Chance to explore it.
Yeah, his performance, I didn't think was bad. It was the writing, not him. I liked him. I wish he had another chance. I liked him. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Hipster Joker. I love it. I will not rest until I see a Joker with dreadlocks. They have to do it one day. They have to. It'll look badass. Green dreads.
You know what, right? They weren't far off doing something like that in the 2004 animated show that I used to watch back in the day. Okay. Like the Joker in that, he was a bit different from, obviously coming from, they wanted to make a clear difference between like the Mark Hamill classic Joker from the 90s animated series and give him a new look. And it was like, he did have this like weird green sort of, they did almost look like dreads. I'm not going to lie. I'll send you a picture of it later. But yeah, Badger, I think that's us, mate. I think that is this live stream finished and over. It's been too long. We won't leave it long. Oh, just another sort of quick announcement. Me and you were sort of meddling with the idea of, so basically we're going to start maybe once a month giving each other a film to go off and watch by ourselves, a film that we haven't seen. I'll give Badger one. Badger will give me one, and we'll go off, watch them, and we'll come back and we'll review them as such. Can be the films that mean a lot to me that I know you haven't seen, and vice versa, and we'll get that one done eventually. But yeah, thank you for coming on, mate.
It's all good. Thank you for taking credit for my idea, because this whole idea of what we're doing soon is mine, because I'm the best. Not you, but that's me, because I'm the best.
Oh yeah, I've got to put in brackets Badger's idea.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, we're gonna just quit Badger's idea, because that's how fucking petty I am. That's how pathetic.
You best put that in brackets of Badger's idea. I'm sorry. But yeah, man.
That's right. That's how pathetic and wussy I am. Yes, that's all I have. That's all I have.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, no, I look forward to that. Yeah, we can start that soon. Yeah, I am very curious to know what filth you're gonna get me to watch, but we shall see.
Oh, mate. Whew. I'm gonna get on that list right now. No, I won't make it too intense, mate. I'm sure you've got some ones in there that could make my toes curl, but that's not what it's for. We're just, this is
exactly.
anything.
It's not about that, so I wouldn't probably recommend you anything like that. But yeah,
yeah. But yeah, thanks for coming on. Thanks for everyone who's watched the live stream and left some comments. It's always a pleasure. Just spam the chat. It's fine. That's what's there for. That's what's there for.
Yeah,
I do it on other people's channels. But yeah, I'll try and keep this channel more active, guys, to be honest. It's just been a bit hectic first half of this year. But we're getting there. We'll get there.
All right, man.
Right, mate.
Take care, guys. Thanks for having me on,
See you later,
buddy.
guys. No problem. See you later, everyone. Bye-bye.